The following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
Got our new jingle here for the Butch and Bob Show. Just loving him. I want to thank Jonathan for getting that put together from some production company out there. But world famous Butch and Bob Show minus the Bob. He's embedded in the in Atlanta with the Super Bowl. But I think that we've got Tuesdays with Tillery. Let me make sure this is Blake right here on the phone. Big Dog Country Radio. Blake. All right, let's get started here. How you doing this morning? Okay, let me get things set here. Hold on one moment. All right, Blake, you still with me?
Yeah.
Okay, well, just getting things started here this morning. We're minus the Bob this morning, Blake. He's, my mic's not wanting to stay up. Bob is up there in Atlanta. He's embedded in all that activity up there in Atlanta for the Super Bowl.
That was a clever choice of words, embedded.
Yeah, he's probably in bed right now. You know, Blake, Bob is not a morning person, you know. He actually sleeps the entire morning show. I don't know how he does it, but he's multi-talented like that and doesn't wake up till later. Well, folks, it's Tuesdays with Tillery. We got State Senator Blake Tillery on the phone with us live from Atlanta, Georgia. See, you're embedded up there in Atlanta. You're out of bed, aren't you?
I guess we're embedded. Today technically is a closed government day. State government's closed up here. But we're here. There's about 5 representatives sitting, and with a representative from Governor Kemp's office sitting about 6 feet outside my office right now. I'm looking out through the window here. So while the state government's closed, the legislature's still working.
Oh, okay. So why is it closed?
The snow and ice.
The snow and ice. Yeah.
Band is,
okay.
Out of precaution, you got 1 to 2 million extra people in town. So the state closed down. City of Atlanta's closed down. Most of the schools are closed down.
Okay.
The ice was supposed to get here about 4 a.m., but I'll tell you, there were folks running this morning in shorts that I passed on my way into the Capitol. So I guess either they didn't get the message or the weather didn't get the message, one or the other.
Yeah. Well, I guess that, as of experiences in the past, they're on the side of caution because they've been caught before. The city officials have, and the other officials, county officials up in that area, with people like in 2014 stranded on the interstate. So they just err on the side of caution these days.
5 years ago this week, folks who usually had 9-minute drives had 9-hour drives, and so particularly with guests in town. But the weather does look like the rain's starting to rain right now. The temperature fell 10 degrees on just my drive in. I watched it go from 52 to 42.
Wow.
So it is starting to fall a little bit, but with the new guest in town, the threat of black ice, they kind of keep everything at a minimum today. It's actually a good thing for me, though. I've got a ton of things I want to read through and catch up on, and some of the legislation that came through the House yesterday, one of the pieces in a House committee dealt with rural broadband. The EMC's getting involved in rural broadband. Just keep my eye on that. There's a lot to talk about there. Right now, I don't see any, just where I am on it, I don't see any requirement that any benefits that they receive from this legislation would be required to go into rural Georgia. So I'm watching that, keep my eye on it as it comes out of the House and comes over to the Senate. I want to make sure that we're using every resource we can to expand broadband. You've heard me talk about that for 3 years now.
Yes.
But let's make sure if they're getting a benefit for it, let's make sure it's being deployed in Screven, not in somewhere up north in, Alpharetta or somewhere like that.
No, we wouldn't want that. I mean, they've got it already.
They do, and there's a little bit more of an ability for them to make money up in that area. So I want to make sure we're not just reducing their costs for doing business in areas they're already doing business. We're reducing their costs for the reason being that they're expanding into rural communities. So that's the biggest piece of legislation that's currently been filed and moving. You're probably going to see some stuff on health care start to move soon. You're going to hear me say this every single week that we get to talk, Butch.
What's that?
Folks are talking about expansion of Medicaid, things like that. I'm not going to get into that debate much, but even if we were to expand Medicaid, the issue that I see is that helps folks up to, I'm giving a rough number, $35,000. But we're still not doing anything for the guy from 35 to 75, the one man, woman, or child who's making that amount of money, or that family who's making that amount of money. What are we doing for them? And we've got to reduce the overall cost, whether it be the cost of health insurance that they're buying on private market, or the cost of the actual procedures, the care, etc. Until we can address costs, the rest of this is just, kind of playing around the edges. And I don't see too many people jumping into that part. I'm starting to hear my caucus, the Senate, really start to wrap their head around and wrap their arms around that. Is what are we doing for the guy from $35,000 to $75,000 a year? What?
That's that's kind of like the forgotten income group. There, you got the lower income; they get a lot of help. The much higher income they can afford. It's that middle income that has such a difficult time trying to pay for their premiums and health care.
Right, and I've got one of my college friends. We were talking. He has a young child, him and his wife, and he told me he looked at his wife the other day. We were talking about this. I said, "Am I missing something here?" And he looked at his wife and he said, "Can we tell him?" And I said, "What are y'all about to tell me?" And they said, "Our premium is $1,648 a month." It's like, goodness gracious.
That sounds about right. When we're talking to folks around town, even my son and his daughter and his wife, my daughter-in-law, theirs is way up there.
That's 3 times his mortgage, and he doesn't have the asset for it. There's no, at least when he's buying a house, he's got a real asset out there.
So what do you do about that? How do you address that issue? Where
there are a couple of things that we're looking at. Some of the health committee in the Senate has changed dramatically this year. We've got a few more medical professionals on it. There's a doctor chairing that committee, a doctor from Savannah, actually. And we've also tried to put some business folks in there who've been involved in buying insurance, et cetera. We have an insurance agent as well.
Okay, folks, we've got State Senator Blake Tillery on the phone with us, live from Atlanta. Go ahead, Senator.
Yeah, sorry for just kind of rambling on there for a second.
That's okay. People tune in and out, and I've got to, on a constant basis, let folks know who we're talking with.
Yeah, I appreciate that. A couple of the things we're looking at. Some of the things you're going to hear them talk about Medicaid waivers. Those cost no more money, but they redo how we are doing people groups, depending on which ones you're talking about. There's a 1332 and an 1115 waiver. How we take care of people in certain groups. One of the things that I'm interested in looking at is a high-risk pool. If we can remove a high-risk pool, so folks who use access care much more often, if we can remove them to a different pool, then we can make the cost for those who were the ones you're talking about. You mentioned your son. I mentioned one of my really close friends. We can help drive down the cost of their premiums in the private insurance market. That's one thing that I think has a lot of potential to help. The other thing is simply cost. And there's going to be some things that come out there. Some folks are going to get a little upset about that. We're talking about making CEOs of hospitals post their salaries and different compensation structures online, price transparency, et cetera. You're seeing some of that already that's been enacted through other pieces of legislation. We're talking about getting a whole lot more robust in doing that so that folks can shop. Right now, you don't know if it's hard to do. I'll admit that up front. Just on the legal side, if you call my office and ask, well, what do you want? What are you going to charge me for a will? Well, what kind of will are you wanting? Do you want just a simple will with you and your spouse? Are we going to be going through a trust, et cetera? But if you can get me some of those details, I can kind of give you a price, and you can compare me to other attorneys in town and figure out where you want to go. We're trying to create that ability in the healthcare market as well.
Okay. Anything going on up that way that you're working on, or perhaps maybe Stephen or Bill, that concerns our area down here in the Southeast Georgia area? Anything at all other than the broadband?
Yeah, broadband and healthcare are going to be the two big issues that dominate session. Those are. But let me brag on those two guys for a second. I was at dinner last night with Bill, just catching up. Chairman Werkheiser.
Bill Werkheiser, okay, our state representative.
Such a fabulous job of wrapping his head around issues. While we were sitting there, someone walked up to talk about an issue that wasn't necessarily good or bad for us. It just probably wouldn't have been as the most helpful for us. And watching him diplomatically say, maybe y'all forgot which area I represent. I represent an area in Southeast Georgia, and this isn't good for them, but I appreciate you coming by and stopping by and interrupting mine and Senator Tillery's dinner. He didn't say it quite like that, but it was so kind the way he kindly reminded them of, I don't see how that's helping my folks back home, but thanks for coming by. My wife was able to join us last night too. But
Well, I understand.
And then Steven, who's hit the ground
Yep.
flying. I mean,
Flying.
he knows everything already. He's doing a great job.
Stephen Meeks, the new state representative for this area. And I understand that now you're like a floor leader for the governor this year on the Senate side, right?
That's true.
And I understand that he wanted to have a meeting with you on Tuesday mornings at 8 o'clock, but you told him that you had to be on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show on Tuesday mornings at 8 o'clock. And, of course, Brian Kemp, Brian Kemp has been on the Butch and Bob Show many times this past year, so he understood the importance of that. So the governor of the state changed his schedule with the state senator, Blake Tillery, so you can be on the Butch and Bob Show. Do I have those facts correct, Senator?
Listen, I never let facts get in the way of a good story. That sounds great to me.
You would do very well in the media business these days, then, Senator.
Well, I appreciate you letting me call in. I hope we have some more exciting things to talk about this week. We've already had two big groups from Wayne County make it up already. I saw the city of Screven up here yesterday, and then the chamber was up here a little earlier before that. So y'all keep coming up and visiting me. They've changed me. My office is in the bottom of the Capitol. I'm down in the dungeon now. But
why'd they put you down there? I thought you moved up in stature.
Well, apparently this was a promotion.
The further in the basement you go, the better off you are, huh?
If there's more than three of y'all, we may have to take time stepping into my office. But y'all are welcome to come visit.
We've got Dina Bennett in the studio this morning from the Chamber of Commerce. You want to say hi to her?
Yeah, please. Hey, how are you doing?
Oh, wait a minute. I can put her on the air. Hold on, see which mic is this. There we go. Go ahead, Dina.
Good morning, Blake.
How are you?
How are you?
How are you doing?
We're doing great.
She can't hear you.
She can't hear me. Well, I don't want to interrupt or get into any of her time, but again, Butch, I appreciate y'all letting me be on this morning. I'll go try to wake Bob up. I'll go try to find him. Yeah,
did y'all get special privileges up there as state senators for the Super Bowl or any host committees or anything?
No. Not at all. If this snow stuff keeps up, I'm going to drive to Vidalia tonight and try to practice law tomorrow. We'll see what's going on. I think we're supposed to still be in tomorrow right now, though.
Well, State Senator Blake Tillery, Tuesdays with Tillery. Thank you very much, Senator. Wishing you a great day up there in Atlanta, and we look forward to talking with you next Tuesday.
Thanks, Butch. Talk to you soon.
All right. WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup. Senator Blake Tillery on the phone with us, Tuesdays with Tillery. And that was a good shout out there, Dina, for him to say hi to you on the radio there.
Absolutely. Have a great relationship with Blake. We appreciate all that he does for our community.
Yeah, he does a great job of representing Wayne County on the Senate side up there in Atlanta. Well, we got to move on here. We've got y'all in here as guests, and then we got Hospice out there in the green room. So Dina Bennett on this morning. Introduce your guest. First time. She's the first time on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. She's a little nervous. Introduce her there, Dina.
I sure will, Butch. Thank you. So this morning I have with me Jody Lewis. Jody is with Marshland Credit Union out of Brunswick, but they are in the process of opening a branch here in Jesup, so we're looking forward to having them here. Jody is also one of our ambassadors at the Chamber. She's also on the committee for Taste of Wayne.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning. So you hit the ground running just like Stephen Meeks has up there in Atlanta as a representative. You're new with the Chamber. You're an ambassador already. You're on the Taste of Wayne.
Yes, sir.
Did you volunteer for all that, or did you get volunteered for all that?
I volunteered.
Oh, okay.
I enjoy working with the community. I love Wayne County. I've lived here my whole life, so I'm excited about coming back. So.
Okay. Jody Lewis in this morning with the Chamber of Commerce as ambassador and on the committee of Taste of Wayne. She's going to be the branch manager of a new credit union here in town, Marshland Federal Credit Union, which will be in the old Georgia Power building there on Plum Street in downtown Jesup.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, we're here to talk about Taste of Wayne, Dina. Let's go at it.
All right. Yes, sir. We have Taste of Wayne scheduled for Thursday, March the 14th. At Coastal Pines Technical College, where we've hosted it for several years. Tickets are on sale already. They're $50 per person for a member, $75 per person for a non-chamber member. But again, tickets are on sale. We've started accepting sponsorships. We've got several of those that have come in already. Do want to mention that Neesmith Chevrolet is our presenting sponsor this year, so I want to give a shout out to them. Chad and his group there are graciously sponsoring this event this year. And we are accepting other sponsorships at this time through February the 6th. So we've got a couple of different levels of sponsorships that our businesses can get at this point. We're also taking auction items because, of course, throughout the event, we not only have the food tasting from some of our fabulous local restaurants, but we have a live and a silent auction that goes on throughout the night. And those are auction items that come from our local businesses here in the community. So we are taking those items as well. Anyone who wants to get a little plug for their business, get some more advertising and exposure for their business, this is a great event to do that. It is the largest fundraiser event that the Chamber does each year.
And once again, it's going to be at Coastal Pines Technical College in the Polytech Center. Is that correct?
That is correct.
On March
14th. Starting at 6 p.m. It's scheduled for 6 to 9. We've got raffle tickets that are going to start. We'll start selling on Friday of this week, February 1st.
And the raffle tickets will be for different prizes?
Yes, we're doing cash prizes this year on our raffle.
Oh, so people love cash.
Yes, absolutely. It fits everyone.
Yes, sir.
Our tickets go on sale Friday. They're $10 a piece.
For the raffle tickets?
For the raffle tickets,
and how
that's
many different
right.
prizes will they be?
There'll be 4 cash prizes.
Okay, and how much each?
$1,000, $750, $500, and $250.
That's a pretty good return on a $10 investment.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. So we're looking forward to selling a lot of those tickets. We'll have them on sale, of course, at the Chamber office. Our board members will be selling some. Our ambassadors will be selling. Our committee. So they'll be floating around town throughout different folks in town will be selling those. But
is that what y'all do, Jody? You float around town?
Yeah, they float.
You float around town. Okay.
That's right. Hey, our ambassadors do a lot. I'm going to give a shout out to our ambassadors. They are a lot of times behind the scenes at a lot of these events, but they are liaisons between our business members and the Chamber, and absolutely, we couldn't do what we do without them.
Okay. Are you going to have silent auction items this year?
We are. We'll have silent auction and live auction items. So we are, yes, sir.
Okay. A band? Is there going to be like a?
We are going to this year. Our theme is Masquerade Ball.
Okay.
So we have chosen a local harpist who's going to be playing some background music throughout the event. Mm-hmm. Her name is Amy Rose Brubaker.
Okay.
And she is, like I said, a local harpist. Her business is Rose Touch Harps. So we'll have her playing, like I said, throughout the night. Our entertainment sponsor, I didn't mention that earlier when we talked about that, is Comores. So we'll have their sponsoring our entertainment this year. Marshland Credit Union and Rayonier sponsoring our live and silent auction. So
way to go, Marshland.
Absolutely, absolutely. Our raffle sponsor, Country Financial, Sean O'Quinn and his group there is sponsoring our raffle. And then, of course, this year we're going to have a wine toss. So,
what's a wine?
Wine toss. So you will, it's just a little game you can play. Toss some little rings up at the wine bottle. If you ring the wine bottle, you win that particular wine.
Oh, okay.
So
does that cost per throw?
It is. There's a minimal fee.
It's $5. It's $5 per ticket, or you can get 3 for $10.
There we go.
5 for one throw?
$5 a throw, or 3 for $10.
3 for $10
yes.
to try to ring and the wine bottle.
That's absolutely right.
Whichever one you ring, you get.
All right. Now, will this be going on through the evening?
It will.
I'm sure. I'm sure the accuracy will be better at the beginning of the event.
Probably so.
Well, if somebody's lucky, they might get 3 bottles with 3 tries.
You never can tell.
That's right. Murphy Builder Supplies sponsoring our wine toss this year.
No, this is not Boone's Farm and Ripple, is it?
We will have a variety of wines.
Maybe some ones from the winery over in Glenville area.
Absolutely. I know in the past they have brought over some wines for us to use. So hopefully we'll have some of theirs as well.
How many restaurants do we have signed up so far?
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, Jody. What were you saying?
Oh, the Watermelon Creek was going to be one of our restaurants.
Oh, they are. They're going to be a restaurant too. That was
participating. Yes.
So-
Molly and Bridget, I think you got
Yeah,
those
they're
two
out there.
ladies
Yeah,
coming
they're out
on
there in
next.
the green room right now.
Absolutely. They have worked really hard at reaching out to our local restaurants, and I think right now we have confirmed 14. And that's about, we've got a couple of spots that we
Let's
can
don't talk
fill.
about that in case they talk about it. Okay?
We could take a couple of more, but so if there's anybody, any of our restaurants that haven't already signed up, please do so. It's free to enter if you're a chamber member. $50 if you're a non-member restaurant to enter, and feed us
Okay.
some of your favorite cuisine.
All right, so tickets are how much per person?
For a chamber member, $50 per person. For a
Okay.
chamber non-member is $75 per person.
Okay, that's in advance. They can get to the Chamber of Commerce.
Absolutely.
And are they any different at the door if you still have room?
No, sir. No, sir. And this year we're not doing actual paper tickets. It's just a registration, and then we'll have, that's one less thing people have to hold on to or keep up with is a ticket to enter. So we encourage everybody to either call us to get registered. You can register online at our website or on Facebook. Our website's waynechamber.com.
So you just have their name down there listed as someone to
Right.
come in. They don't have to get a ticket or
That's
anything
right.
like that.
That's
and if
right.
they come to the door, they won't get a ticket. They'll give you
They'll
the
just
money
tip.
at the time. And
That's
go in.
right.
All right.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And this year we have our Toast sponsor is Omaha Federal Credit Union.
The what sponsor?
Toast.
Toast.
Yep. So each of our guests will leave with a stemless wine glass that is etched with their logo on it. And that's just kind of a gift for each of our
And once again, who's
guests.
doing that?
Omaha Federal Credit Union.
Omaha Federal Credit Union.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Yes, sir.
Sounds great.
Yes, sir. So
All right.
y'all give us a
Credit
shout.
unions stepping forward, aren't they?
That's
there?
right.
Yeah,
They
yes,
are.
sir. They
They
always
are.
do. The credit
Well, the
unions
good part
in town
too
are
with
great.
sponsorship is a lot of our sponsorships allow you to get tickets too. So that's a double.
That's right. If you
feature
are
for
a
you.
sponsor,
That's
you
right.
do get tickets also.
So
That's right.
it
Now,
gives you a
y'all going
chance
to be with us every single Tuesday.
Every
up to
Tuesday.
Tuesday to the event.
That's
and
right.
giving us updates on what's going on and that kind of stuff. The reason why I say that is I've got Molly and Bridget.
That's right.
And is there anything that you want to wrap up with before you come back next Tuesday?
Just want to encourage folks that if you want to join in as a sponsor for this event, you've got about a week left. Wednesday of next week is the deadline. So give us a call and we'll get you plugged in. And, of course, again, send the auction items in to us as well.
Okay. Now, I do want to let Jody know here, Jody, the fact that, we are audio fed and video fed on our website, bigdogcountry.com. You just go to bigdogcountry.com, you click on B&B Show, and if people are watching right now, they're watching the live feed. Now, but also we have recorded podcast feeds from the last couple of weeks. So this Butch and Bob Show, sometime midday today, will be on the B&B archive show. So you'll get to watch yourself on your very first Butch and Bob show there, Jody, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you,
Ladies,
Miss
look
Bitch.
forward to seeing y'all next week, and whoever comes in with you, dear. I know
Absolutely.
different people will come in at different
That's
times.
right. That's right. Thank you.
All right, you're listening to the world-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup. If Bridget and Molly will start making their way out of the green room and start heading back here to the studio, we'd appreciate that. More guests here on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. Good morning. Hope you have a wonderful day. The Butch and Bob Show continues in a minute.
The Wayne County Touchdown Club presents Super Saturday $10,000 raffle featuring the Embers. February 2nd starting at 7 p.m. at Under the Chandelier next to Arthur Williams Middle School. The $100 raffle ticket gets you admission for you and a guest. Tickets for just the band and hors d'oeuvres, $50 per couple, $30 individual. Every 20th $100 raffle ticket gets a door prize. You get a chance to win $10,000 when you buy a $100 raffle ticket. The Wayne County Touchdown Club presents Super Saturday $10,000 raffle featuring the Embers, February 2nd starting at 7 p.m. at Under the Chandelier. All proceeds benefit Wayne County football. For tickets, see Katie Stevens at Prime South Bank or check out the Wayne County Touchdown Club on Facebook. The Wayne County Touchdown Club presents Super Saturday $10,000 raffle featuring the Embers, February 2nd starting at 7 p.m. at Under the Chandelier next to Arthur Williams Middle School.
105.5 FM in Jesup. Bridget, did you say you hit my son?
I I said I've already hit him up
Oh,
for
hit
some
him
flowers.
up. Oh, I thought you said I hit your son. I was wondering what he had done.
Yes.
All right, we got Bridget in here from Hospice of South Georgia, and she brought along Molly from the city of Jesup. Good morning, ladies. How y'all doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing good. And y'all got a couple different things with Hospice of South Georgia y'all want to talk about. Bridget, you want to take the lead here?
Yes, I just wanted to let everyone know we're about to start our 9-week grief support program. It's going to be a 9-week program with our chaplain, Stanley Todd. I don't know if you remember, but a few months ago, me and Mr. Stanley came in here and we talked about the grief support program.
Right.
So basically, it's a bereavement program for anyone that's lost a family member, a loved one, a friend, anyone. It's open to the community, so anyone's welcome. It'll take place Monday evenings at 6 o'clock, and it starts on February 4th.
Okay.
So, and it'll be at our Hospice of South Georgia office on Sunset Boulevard. So it's 1625 Sunset Boulevard, Jesup, Georgia, 31545. And if you have any questions, just give the office a call, and that's 912-288-0080.
Okay, let me write that down in case somebody calls. 288
0080.
Hospice of South Georgia, and once again, this program will begin when and what is it called?
It's beginning on it's our grief support program led by Stanley Todd, our chaplain. He's phenomenal. He's
Yes, he is.
absolutely precious. And it begins Monday, February 4th. Monday evenings. It'll take place for 9 weeks at 6 o'clock every Monday.
Okay.
So,
all right.
yeah.
So you can call down there at 288-0080 if you have any questions about the grief support group or any of the other areas that Hospice of South Georgia is involved with.
Yes.
Okay. So what's this right here?
So what we're actually in here was what we were just talking about is I hit Matt up for some flower sales because Rotary Club of Jesup is having their annual rose sale. So I actually took his $50 somebody gave me for his birthday.
Say what now?
Somebody gave Matt $50 for his birthday, and I took it for flower sales. So he wasn't very happy with me.
Somebody just gave him $50?
Yeah, for his birthday. I know, right?
But just gave him $50?
Was it you, Butch?
No, I got him a shirt from David's Clothing. I went down there, and Ben LaRotte set me up with a nice shirt there from David's Clothing for Matt for his birthday.
Yeah, well, hopefully Mandy's not listening because I made him buy her some Valentine's Day and Mother's Day flowers.
You're ruining the surprise.
Yeah, so it's the Rotary Club annual rose sale. I didn't know the Rotary Club had an annual rose sale.
Yes, it started last year, so this is the second year. So what it is basically you can purchase a combination. You can either do $30 for a dozen of Valentine's Day roses. So $30 per dozen of Valentine's Day roses. And then you can do $25 per dozen of Mother's Day roses. Or you can get both of them for $50. So what's really special about this is that Rotary Club hand delivers the flowers.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And I see they're pink, yellow, white, red, or mixed.
Yes.
That's
So you
right.
get your choice of what color you want to give your loved one there.
Yes.
Or have them mixed.
That's right. You can get
Molly?
any of those colors. And this project is one of our fundraisers that was started last year. And the funds from this will go to support the Rotary Club and the various projects that we do in the community. We make a donation to Camp Hope every year. And we support the mock trial program at the high school. There are various projects that Rotary Club supports through grants throughout the year. So we need events like this to raise money to support those projects within our community. So.
Okay, hold on a second here. This is probably Jim who texted in.
It's
Says
the phone number.
588.
Yeah, I think I said 288.
You said 288. I thought it was. I was wondering there.
Yes.
The hospice number is
I thought that was a strange
588-0080.
Yes, I don't know. It's morning time, so I haven't even had my first glass of coffee. So.
Okay, well, you got a big mug there, so start working on that
Yes.
thing. 588-0080. Okay, Molly, go ahead. Sorry to interrupt you.
Thanks, Jim. But this project is just one of the various projects that Rotary does throughout the year that helps us raise funds to support community projects like Camp Hope and other very worthy causes. So we really hope that everybody will purchase roses and help us support our community.
All right, it says each order is hand delivered in a floral box. Valentine's Day roses will be delivered on Thursday, February 14th. Mother's Day roses will be delivered on Saturday, May 11th. the day before Mother's Day. So these are delivered to homes, businesses, everywhere.
Yes.
Anywhere that you want them delivered, they'll do it. Huh?
Yep, if
That's
you want them
right.
delivered to your special person in your life, her office, Rotary will deliver them there. So
Or at home too.
Or at home,
because
yeah.
Mother's Day, if you're doing it on that Saturday before Mother's Day, most people are going to be at home.
and you really can't beat the price for a dozen roses, $30 for a dozen long stem roses. You really can't beat that.
I didn't know Rotary had a greenhouse.
We don't. We're using a special florist.
Okay, using a special florist.
Yeah, we're using a special florist, and they're really beautiful roses. And you can choose, like you said, from pink, yellow, white, red, or you can get mixed.
Okay.
And then Mother's Day, they're $25. But
Now,
if
do
you,
they come in a vase? Do they come in a vase?
they come in a box because
a
they're
box laid down.
yeah, 'cause
Right.
they're
Okay, I know what
long.
you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the clear window,
Right.
where you'll be able to see 'em.
Yeah.
So do you like set that box up, or do you put the flowers into a vase, or do you? What do you do with it?
You'll have to put them in a vase. I
Yeah.
would
I
imagine,
figure you
but,
would.
Yeah, or you can just
So-
a lot of people just like kind of hand like
What?
you would okay. So in different countries, like I don't know if you know this, but like Russia and stuff, like men
Uh-huh.
give their like spouses or wives or whatever flowers, but they just like bundle them up without putting them in a vase, and like they hand them to them that way.
put
It's
a
like
rubber band
tradition
around it or
there.
something?
Yeah, like, it's like a tradition there. And then the women, but they do. Apparently they do like tons and tons of roses that way. So it's like a big picture taking opportunity. I don't know how I know this. But then it seems like
To me.
in America, they use vases, but it is really common for different people to not use vases.
So the guy should make sure he's got a vase there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
because
but I'm saying that you could also just give them
Right, but
to
the vase
her.
does not come with the flowers. So just make sure, guys, you've got
It
a
does
vase.
not.
If
Yeah.
you want to put this, you want to put them in a vase because you want to be able to put the stems down there and put the water in there, and so they'll stay pretty for longer.
Yes.
Most
yes.
ladies keep faces pretty
Yeah.
well on hand. So
Yeah, I think I
that
have
won't-
like
shouldn't be a
3 or
problem.
4.
But the guy shouldn't assume that.
Well,
Here, honey, I got you this bucket that the dog's been using. We can put the roses in that.
do you think that Matt has a vase that he has for Mandy's
Just sitting
flowers?
back somewhere?
Yeah.
I doubt it. Now, Mandy probably has some.
that's right.
They're in the house, but
That's
you know,
right.
you never, as a guy, you don't ever want to assume that.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that you search the house first to make sure there's any there. If there's not, then get you one.
Yes, but that is a really great price, and like Molly said, it's for a lot of good things that Rotary does within the community. So we're going to be doing this every year, and we're super excited. So
I had no idea that Rotary did this, but this is just the second year. The Rotary
Right.
Club annual rose sale that you can get with any Rotarian and purchase roses for your loved one for Valentine's Day or Mother's Day. And you can choose from pink, yellow, white, red, or mixed. And each order is hand-delivered in a floral box.
Yep.
Amazing.
And they'll be delivered on Valentine's Day, and
Yeah, on
and
Valentine's
you'll
Day.
probably get to see me and Molly.
Yeah.
We'll probably be out delivering the roses on Valentine's Day.
We might
so-
recruit somebody with a big van that
Yes.
Bridget might know.
Yes.
Yeah, if you see the big Sears truck come up, you know. But yeah, this is great. I think it's good, super. Now we've told the folks about it. Now, how do folks go about getting with Rotarians and saying, "I want to do it"? And they fill out the form, give you the money, and then when and where and to
That's
deliver the
right.
roses.
Any member of Rotary should have the forms on hand, but you could always stop by Bridget's office
Yes.
at Hospice of South Georgia or my office at City Hall. We have forms as
Okay.
well.
Hospice of South Georgia is located on Sunset Boulevard across from Bill Morris Park.
Yes.
You see Bridget. And, of course, everybody knows where City Hall is in downtown Jesup there on East Cherry Street.
Yes, and you can, if you feel comfortable, you can also give us a call. The hospice number is 588-0080, not 288, 588. And they do take credit cards, so we can fill that in. So if you don't want to come by the office, we can get that taken care of for you. Also, we have a Rotary Facebook page. So if you want to message the Rotary Facebook page, we'll get in contact with you if you want to send your phone number. But it's the Rotary Club of Jesup. Its Facebook page.
Okay, I see, Valentine's Day, a number of dozen roses, and attempted delivery, best time to attempt the delivery for those roses for that guy, either on Valentine's Day or the Saturday before Mother's Day.
That's right.
Yes. Yes.
That sounds great. I think it's a good thing right there. Now, should people call you at City Hall or just call Bridget?
They
okay,
can.
Give them that number.
That
Mom?
number is 427-1313,
All
and
right.
ask for Molly.
Okay, ask for Molly. 1313-427-1313. Jesup City Hall if you want to place your order there. So, guys, get on the bandwagon here and get them. It makes it easy for you guys. All you got to do is just pick up the phone, call Bridget, call Molly, order the dozen roses. You got it done.
And they deliver. Do you have a special woman that needs some flowers? You have an order for them right there in your hand. We can go ahead and...
Well, I may need a dozen for this one, a dozen for that one.
Oh, goodness.
No,
Well, hey,
You're going to get in trouble because they're all going to know where the flowers are coming from, and they're all going to...
I'm just kidding.
we have lots of forms.
I'm just kidding. Somebody wants to know if y'all deliver across the river to Long County.
I'm sure we could.
Yeah, we're actually going to be delivering to Baxley, so I don't see any problem with delivering to Long County. That is a big yes.
Okay, so big yes to you guy right there who's listening right there, that they will deliver it over there to you, Long County. Y'all going to be doing a lot of running around.
We will.
On Valentine's Day.
We will.
And the Saturday before Mother's Day.
Yes, we
So
are.
you get a great group of Rotarians that do that?
We do. We have a great...
You get any guys to do it, or is just you ladies that do it?
No, I'm sure we will recruit some of the guys.
Yes, I haven't officially recruited Jeff, but I know he's going to be recruited. He doesn't really have a choice in that.
Happy Valentine's Day, Jeff. And we always are accepting new members. So if there's anybody listening out there, we can put a plug in for that. So if you are interested in being a member of Rotary and finding out what we're about, we meet Thursdays at 12 o'clock at Captain Joe's.
Yes, and we're actually going to host a Bring a Friend to Lunch day one day because we want everyone in the community to come out and see what we do and see all the great things that Rotary does for the community and has to offer. So we would love for you to come.
All right, every Thursday at noon, you said, at Captain Joe's.
That's right.
That's when Rotary meets. Now, I used to be a Rotarian for years. I'm past president of Rotary.
We'd love to have you back.
But work changed things several years ago where I had to drop out of Rotary Exchange and several clubs, and so now the only thing I'm a member of is the VFW. But maybe I can work something else out.
That's right.
All right. Well, sounds good. If y'all, of course, need to come back on, we'd like to have you back on before February 14th.
Okay.
A few days before that to do another report on this for all the guys like me who wait around the last minute to do anything.
All right, that sounds
All
good.
right.
Bridget, Molly, y'all have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
All right, 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO. The time now is 8:37. World famous Butch and Bob Show brought to you by Mike Bridge Ford in Blackshear, by Murphy Builder Supply, Northeast Broad Street in downtown Jesup. Also in downtown Jesup, the Women's Health Center on Cherry at Broad Street, and by the Wolf Animal Hospital on West Cherry Street.
The world famous Butch and Bob Show.